birthplace of the human race. A species much like our own, capable of great compassion and great violence. For in our quest to protect the humans, a deeper revelation dawns. Our worlds have met before.
In my hand, I have the punch and the compass. So, let's guess what the activity that I want to do. The next activity is about the orienteering. Orienteering comes from the Swedish word which means cross the unfamiliar areas with the help of map and compass. Orienteering is a thinking, recreational sport that requires a balance between good physical and mental coordination. Participant needs to navigate their direction from one control point to another control point based on a given map and compass that has been marked on the map and determined on the surface of the earth in a certain order. Orienteering means maps, forest and adventure. This sport can be linked to a combination of cross-country sport, navigation and treasure hunt. It covers various types of areas, game method and competitions while providing space for exploration, challenge and risk. Orienteering is a competitive form of land navigation. It is for all age and degrees of fitness and skill. It provides the suspense and excitement of a treasure hunt. Orienteering is a sport in which orienter use an accurate, detailed map and a compass to find points in the earth. It can be enjoyed as a walk in the woods or as a competitive sport. The history of orienteering. It began in Scandinavia in the 19th century. It was primarily a military event and was a part of military training. It was not until 1919 that the modern version of orienteering was born in Sweden as a competitive sport. Ernst Kilander is creator, the father of orienteering. In the early 30s, the sport received a technical boost with the invention of a new compass, more precise and faster to use. The Kihlstrom brothers, John and Elven, and their friend Brunner Tillander were responsible for this new compass. They are among the best Swedish orienters of the 30s, with several individual championships among them. Orienteering was brought into the US in 1946 by John Kihlstrom. There are 4 types of orienteering, which is foot orienteering, mountain bike orienteering, trail orienteering, and ski orienteering. Several forms of orienteering event occurs is first, route orienteering event, land orienteering event, cross-country orienteering event, score orienteering events. There are the compulsory equipment need for orienteering activities. First is orienteering maps. Second, orienteering compass. Third, control flag or control marker. Fourth, punch. 5, control card. 6, control descriptions. 7, whistles. And the last is pencil. Now, we go to the orienteering maps. A map is a graphic presentation of a portion of the Earth's surface drawn to scale. It uses colors, symbols, and labels to represent features found on the ground. A map provides information on the existence, the location of, and the distance between ground features, such as populated place and routes of travel and communications. It also indicates variations in terrain, height of natural features, and the extent of plants. Type of maps. Basically, for orienteering, there are three types of map, which is topography map, road map, and atlas map. Orienteering compass. A compass is a steering gear, has a black and a red magnetic needle, as well marked with the same size in miles or degrees. It is the second most important aid in the sport orienteering. It is used only to find direction, determine position, and measure distance. How to use the compass? This is a simple skill and it's probably the most important use of the compass. First, hold your map horizontally. Second, place the compass flat on the map. Third, rotate the map until the north line on the map are aligned with the compass needles. And the last, the map should now be oriented to the terrain. This makes it much easier to read. Just a text is easier to read right side up than upside down. Taking a bearing. A simple set of step-by-step instructions for setting a bearing on a base plate compass are: first, place the compass on the map so that the direction of travel arrow is lined up with the way you want to go. Second, turn the compass housing so that the arrow engraved in its plastic base are parallel to the north arrows down on the maps. Make sure the arrow head point is on the north and not the south. Third, take the compass off the map and hold it on in front of you so that the direction of travel arrow point directly ahead of you. Fourth, rotate your body until the compass needle is aligned with the arrow on the base of the compass housing. Pick out a prominent object ahead of you along the direction of travel. Go to it and repeat the process. This way, you can detour around obstruction but still stay on your bearing. The control flag or control marker are functioned to mark the spot that is circled on the map. It is made of fabric hang on a triangular box kite like wireframe. Each of the three square cloth face is made up of a white upper triangle and an orange lower triangle, the puncher. Basically, punch mount or hang near the control flag. An orienteering punch is a bright red plastic device with a number of sharp metal teeth. The orienteer uses this punch to impress the pattern made by the teeth onto a control card. At the finish line, the orienteer hands the card to the organizer who verifies that the punch pattern corresponds to the correct control flag. The purpose of control marker and puncher to help participants arrive at the correct destinations or the control marker. An object that is usually made of orange and white cloth as a mark placed at the control point. It has its own unique control code and puncher. At international level, debug technology is used to replace the puncher method. Each participant must bring along a control card when participating in event as a proofing card or confirmation card. In this card will be record the name of the participant as well start time, and there are squares available for punching where they reach a control point later. This card can also be printed with map. When reaching each control point, the orienteer punches a pattern in the corresponding number box on the control card. This allows the event organizer to verify that the correct control marker was busy. Control description. Basic description as a guideline on control description. The item lists are a series of control point, control code, and description of position control point. Control description can be printed separately or along with the map. The format competitions. The types of orienteering competition can be distinguished by: first, competition time, which is a day and a night. Second, nature of the match. Individual is who perform the solo activities. Relays, two or more team members running each team in a row. Team, which is the two or more individuals working together. Third is how to determine the result of the competitions. Single race competitions, multi-race competition, which is combined result of two or more match, and qualifications race competitions. The way in which control will be visited depend on the organizer of the competition, which is two types. First is prescribed order, which is in certain order. Second, non-specific order, which is competitors are free to choose the order. Procedure for participating in competitions. Suitable clothing for orienteering is a sportwear that facilitates the running activities. Use the suitable shoes according to the soil condition of the match or event area. Initial registration. Register by filling in the necessary details in the control card. Please refer to the starting list to determine the queue of starting. Determine the right control card and map for you. Copy the main map if direct. Adjust the map. Take road direction and start running to the first and the next control marker at the finishing line. Immediately submit your card and map to the organizer when you reach the finishing line. For team event, the expiration time will be calculated when all teams arrive at the finishing line. The arrival time will be recorded on your card. Get out of the finishing line area and wait for the result. All participants must report at the finish line despite failing to complete this competition in order to avoid being classified as a missing participant, disqualified of entry. Participant will be given a did not finish, which is DNF, or cancellation of participations, which is DISQ, when the following matters are occur. First, fail to return the control card. Second, the punch match come out of the proper compartment. Third, less puncture or pattern change. Fourth, ride any vehicle except for permitted events. Fifth, act to try to cheat during the competition in various ways. And the last is exceeding the set of event time. Cost safety. There are some safety steps that need to be followed for each oriented participants, which is control point, safety lane, finish time, and search and rescue procedures. Control point, which are located the controls area where the safety of the competitor is not jeopardized by hazardous terrain or other circumstances. Safety lane have a located usually linear on the course where the competitor may go if injured, fatigued, or lost. A good course will usually have its boundary as a safety lane. Then, the competitor can set a panic azimuth on the compass and follow it until he reaches the boundary. Finish time. All orienteering events must have a final return time. At this time, all competitors must report the finish line even if they have not completed the course. Search and rescue procedures. If all competitors have not returned by the end of the competitions, the officials should drive along the boundaries of the course to image up or searching the missing orienters. The advantage and disadvantage of learning orienteering activities. Orienteering offers many benefits, but its real attraction is that it is fun. It's a joy to walk and run through forest and field. Orienteering is a lifetime fitness sport that challenges the mind. It offers the obvious developments of individual skill in navigating while problem solving to locate each control marker. Orienteering builds self-esteem. It takes courage to forge ahead by oneself through unknown areas. Particularly in the forest, that are not familiar to those who live in cities. Not only it is truly enjoyable to get out into parks and forests and off the path of experience nature while orienteering, but also being a trained and experienced navigator can be plainly useful or even life-saving. Another important outcome of orienteering is increased confidence. You may be timid but would like to build your confidence and become better at a sport than anyone around you. Or perhaps you simply wish to be more comfortable in the outdoors. Finally, people who enjoy orienteering become enthusiastic about environmental stewardship. Orienters believe in the motto, take nothing away, leave nothing behind. Another way of saying that orienters clean up their trash and don't pick up the flowers or the plants. True orienterings provide a wide array of benefits. There are still some disadvantaged sides, yet on a limit number. For us, the goal of winning sometimes interrupts the participant mind to think over their safety as a priority and would somehow result to unexpected injuries along the course, such as sprains or those which affect muscle, tendons or joints. Another reason why orienteering requires the participant to learn navigating skill is that the probability of getting lost during the course is indeed high. And the last is the main advantage of orienteering is a competitive form of land navigation. It is for all age and degrees of fitness and skills. It provides the suspense and excitement of a treasure hunt. Orienteering is a sport in which orienters use an accurate detailed map and a compass to find points in the landscape or lands. It can be enjoyed as a walk in the wood or as a competitive sport.